All right. Good afternoon. Here, live from Pattaya Beach, Thailand. This is the final day of my VFW convention. So I've been down here in Pattaya, here staying at the hotel where the convention is where the convention is located. Today, I want to talk about real quick a subject. I get a lot of questions from people back in the United States, even a couple friends in Australia and England about cultural expectations for both dating and marriage. And believe it or not, I know I've been single, but I've been close to getting married a couple times for a few reasons. It has not worked out. Yes, I have dated here. Um, and what are the differences between dating a woman in the West and dating a woman in Thailand, the Philippines, or Malaysia or Cambodia? So let me just say this. First off, this video is my opinion. Okay, so keep that in mind. These are subjective. This is my opinion. There's plenty of videos in YouTube land that talk about this subject. So you can take it or leave it. Now, what I notice over here, particularly in Thailand, a lot of the times, and this is just my experience. I'm not talking about bar girls, even a couple of the girls that work normal jobs like teaching and nursing. There, to me, there seems to be an expectation to want a monthly allowance. And I'm not saying all Thai girls will do this. But I'm just saying from my experience. I remember I wanted to date this nurse, so I got her information, and we started talking. And before we even, and I was at a hospital I was doing a checkup at, and before we even went on the first date, she asked me for 20,000 baht. Now, how much is 20,000 Thai baht? That's about 600 US dollars. You know, give or take, depending on what the exchange rate is. And I basically told her, I don't even know you. Can you at least pretend to like me at least before you start asking me for money? Let's go out on a few dates. Now, in some Thai circles, there is a cultural expectation of taking care of the family. And I met one Thai woman. I dated for her for a while, and if you love me, she says you'll take care of my family. And you have to remember, folks, to be fair, a lot of these Thai people, women, grew up poor. And there's a lot of expectations in my personal dealings with Thai women. There is a lot of expectations placed on them by their family. Okay, so you have to bear that in mind. There's a big cultural difference here. Social Security here, for example, is not as advanced as Social Security in the West, particularly the United States. So a lot of the parents' pension, guess what, comes from their children, particularly the woman. Okay. Now, I'm not saying this is all cases. Okay, don't. Okay, so don't jump on me too much. I'm not saying this is every Thai woman here. Okay, I'm saying from my personal experience, and believe me, I've been here in this country, and I've been traveling Southeast Asia since 1991, or actually since 1990. And I understand. I think I have a decent understanding of parts of this culture. I'm not going to say I know everything. Now, there's a lot of guys that I know have happy marriages, and God bless them. I haven't been able to find the right one yet. Don't ask me why. It's just the way it is. But they seem to have happy marriages. I know plenty. Here at this VFW convention, I have friends of mine that are happily married. And I have a good portion of them that are not. Or they end up getting divorced or whatever. But there is a cultural expectation, well, at least with a big sect of the Thais, that if you're going to date, can you take care of my family? Can you give me a monthly allowance? So let me ask you guys a question, or even you women a question that are watching this video out there. If you're back in your home country, would you give your girlfriend a monthly allowance? Now, I understand married couples, excuse me, they, sometimes they give their wife an allowance or even vice versa. But we're talking men dating Thai women. So there is a cultural expectation. Like when you marry, when they get married, especially if you do a Buddhist ceremony, paying the family, like a dowry, like $1 million, sometimes like 500,000 baht, $1 million baht. In some cases, I've heard 2 million baht. So there are cultures different. And remember, when you date someone, everyone's like, "Oh yeah, the Thai girls are so nice," which they are. Don't get me wrong. I'm not bashing Thai women, but there's a factor that men, particularly Western men, a lot of Western men, before they don't consider, once they dive into a relationship, you have to understand the cultural expectations, not just with money. There's different Thai women have a different outlook. There's a different cultural outlook, not just with finances, but with the outlook on life. Okay? The outlook on life. So before you date, you might want to study the cultural and understand the culture. A lot of people do not. And if you don't understand the culture, because a lot of times we look at them like they're in bizarre world. But you know what? Their family looks at us like we're in bizarre world. And remember, if you're living here, they have the home field advantage. You just remember that. And again, this is not a blasting of Thai women, because I know a lot of Thai women and they're great. But for men, particularly, you understand the cultural expectations. Now, if you're going to date a bar girl, and I'm not here to judge you, but you better understand something. You're paying for her time and what? Attention. And some of these girls are so charming. Hey, you can think, well, actually, she really likes me. And maybe in some cases, I know a couple guys where it actually worked out for them, but in a lot of cases, it has not. Remember, she's in that bar trying to support her child, her mother, her father, her brother, her family. And in Thai society, there's a lot of expectations placed on Thai women. So you have to understand the cultural expectation. Now, I'm not familiar too much on the Cambodian scene of dating, so I don't want to comment on Cambodia. I've been there a few times. I'm going to go there again later this year. I've been to Malaysia a few times, and had a couple friends date Malaysian women. There is an retired expat community in Malaysia. It's the same thing. I knew a guy who lives in Malaysia. He's all set to marry this woman, Malaysian woman. But guess what? She was Muslim, and the parents wanted him to convert to Islam. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm a Christian. I would never convert to Islam, not in this life or the next life. Well, the next life, but you know what I mean. I wouldn't convert to it. But in order to marry this woman, they wanted him to convert to Islam. I'm not saying that's all cases in Malaysia, but in this particular case, that he didn't, and eventually it didn't work out. He wasn't comfortable doing it. He was a born again Christian, and look, I'm not going to get into all that deep into all that theology right on this video, or But he didn't, long story short, he didn't convert to Islam. So she didn't marry him. So no matter where you go, there's going to be, if you're going to live in Asia and get a date, everyone asks me, how hard is it to get a woman? I go, it's easy until it's not. Okay? It's easy until it's not. You go to the Philippines, guess what? The Filipino woman, their value system is a little more aligned with ours because it's a very Catholic country, and a lot of evangelicals over there too. So they sort of have the same values, but you still have to look out. There is still going to be, with a lot of them, not all, but a lot, cultural expectations. Once again, maybe taking care of the family. Hey, if you love me, my brother needs school books. If you love me, my mom has a doctor's appointment. She needs money to go to the hospital. The AC went out in my mama papa's house. So in a lot of cases, once again, it comes to finances. Sometimes it comes to religion. Sometimes it just comes to different outlooks. In Thailand, going back to Thailand, let's shift off the Philippines. This is a Buddhist culture. 1.6% of the population is Christian. Only 1.6%, okay? And that was as of 2024 when I was reading, doing an analysis. So the Buddhist outlook is different. If you just got to go to a Buddhist funeral, and you'll see their outlook on death is different. Their outlook on life is different. They're very of the moment, a lot of them today. Sabai, that word in Thai means relax, chill out. In the Philippines, yeah, they have more of a Christian culture, but there's still the Filipino cultural expectation. So every country, no matter where you live, even if you go to Laos in Southeast Asia, there's going to be what you call cultural expectations. Okay? And so before you get into a relationship with somebody, yeah, you want to know if they're a good person. You want to make sure you're not being scammed. You want to make sure they like you for you. But you also better understand the cultural expectation, understand the family dynamic, and make sure you both can have a decent respect and understanding for one another. So, am I a relationship expert? No, but I've done enough dating. I may not have been married, but believe me, I've been close to getting married a few times. And sometimes the cultural expectation played a role in why I didn't. And look, I don't mind myself taking care of a spouse if that was need be, or helping out financially. But understand, when you marry someone from another culture, there are unique challenges and unique dynamics are going to play out in that relationship. So come to Southeast Asia. It's beautiful. It's great. I'm here. There's a lot more good and bad, way more good. And Asian women are great women. As corporately, overall, they're great. But just understand from their perspective, their cultural expectations and your cultural expectations. And before you dive too deep in the relationship, try to have that understanding. Because again, particularly in Thailand, there's a lot, and I would say in the Philippines too, I would say there's a lot of pressure on a woman, especially in the lower class society. When I say lower class, I'm not talking on personal. I'm talking finances, from a finance. There's a lot of lovely people, whether they're poor or rich. When I'm talking lower, I'm talking just from a financial perspective. Okay? I hope this helps, and take care. Have a great day, night, evening, wherever you're at. God bless. Bye-bye.